بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الصلاة والسلام على حبيبنا وسيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين أما بعد فالسلام عليكم ورحمة الله. Dear brothers and sisters, welcome back at our class, and we have arrived at point number 20 in the book آداب المعلمين والمتعلمين by Shaykh Abdul Rahman bin Nasir al-Sa'di rahimahullah. And point 21 is one of those points which should really touch our hearts, and it's a point that is often forgotten and neglected, I feel, because people tend to get caught up in all kinds of discussions about minor details and about details which they should not busy themselves with, losing the bigger perspective and creating a kind of hardness in their hearts towards other Muslims when it comes to the things they share, actually. So the Shaykh here, he calls this point تأليف القلوب. تأليف, تأليف, it has many meanings in Arabic. It could refer to writing, writing books. But here the Shaykh speaks about تأليف القلوب. And تأليف القلوب, that is about bringing hearts together, or uniting hearts, or conciliate hearts, or mend hearts even. So now what does the Shaykh say here in point number 20, page 71 of the course book? تأليف القلوب ومن أهم ما يتعين السعي في جمع كلمتهم وتأليف القلوب على ذلك وحسم أسباب الشر والعداوة والبغضاء بينهم وأن يجعلوا هذا الأمر نصب أعينهم وغاية يسعون إليها بكل طريق لأن المطلوب واحد والقصد واحد والمصلحة مشتركة فيحققون هذا الأمر بمحبة كل من كان من أهل العلم ومن له قدم فيه أو اشتغال أو نفع ولا يدعون الأغراض الفاسدة تملكهم وتمنعهم من هذا المطلوب الجليل فيحب بعضهم بعضا ويذب بعضهم عن بعض ويبذلون النصيحة لمن رأوه منحرفا عن الآخر ويبرهنون على أن الأمور الجزئية التي تدعو إلى ضد المحبة والائتلاف لا تقدم على الأصول الكلية التي فيها جمع الكلمة. So this is a little bit longer, this point, than the previous points we discussed, and we turn now to the English translation. So I said تأليف القلوب, I would have translated that as uniting the hearts. The translator here, he chose to translate it as facilitating harmony. Now, among the most especially important affairs is to work towards unifying their stance, bringing their hearts together, and putting an end to any reason for evil, animosity, or hatred between them. So the Shaykh here, he says this is one of the most especially important affairs to work towards um, for teachers and students. They need to keep this as a top priority. So it's an especially important affair and a top priority. And a goal that is worked towards in every way possible, since what they all seek is one thing and the intention they share is the same. So in Arabic we read لأن المطلوب واحد والقصد واحد. So this is what the Shaykh said here. And they all hope for the same good outcome. They can only accomplish this by loving everyone associated with that knowledge, no matter what level of contribution, involvement, or benefit they have. So this signifies the love you should have as a student of knowledge and as a teacher for each and every individual that busies himself with Islamic knowledge. Whether this is by way of a small contribution or a huge contribution and anything in between. They must not allow corrupt agendas to overcome them and block them from accomplishing this wonderful goal. They must love one another and defend each other. So as students and teachers, we should love one another and we should defend one another. This cannot be stressed enough. And the Shaykh, he speaks about mahabba, right? So mahabba بينهم بين الطلاب والمدرسون. And once again, the Shaykh speaks of offering sincere advice here, which is a must for them, to the one they see separating from someone else, reminding him with evidence that these subsidiary matters, which might lead to a loss of love and harmony between them, are not given priority over the fundamental principles which unify them. This is, in my opinion, one of the most important points and one of the most neglected points when it comes to the current situation, to the current affairs in the Ummah. If we observe what is going on at social media, there's no love. There seems to be no love, and there only seems to be animosity, hatred, envy. This seems to dominate, at least in my opinion, from my perspective, this seems to dominate the da'wah scene and the online scene altogether, of people busying themselves with that which does not concern them, and busying themselves with secondary matters, trying to refute each other, spending a huge amount of times writing refutations of other people, recording videos, trying to refute other people. Where's the love, people? Where is the love, really? Ask yourself, do you love your fellow Muslim? Do you love your fellow students of knowledge and the scholars involved? It's time to pause here and to really reflect, because if you show love for someone else, this is gonna reflect on other people, and it works the other way around too, right? So keep this in mind, really. Now, when we speak of ta'liful qulub, of course, this goes back to the Quran, right? There's an ayah in which Allah Ta'ala says, وَأَلَّفَ بَيْنَ قُلُوبِهِمْ. وَأَلَّفَ بَيْنَ قُلُوبِهِمْ, and He has united their hearts, meaning the hearts of the believers. And you can find the complete ayah or the full ayah. You can find it in Surah number 8, verse 63. Look for this passage or this phrase, وَأَلَّفَ بَيْنَ قُلُوبِهِمْ. And so we ask Allah to unite our hearts, to reunite our hearts, because our hearts are not united. And if our hearts and souls are not united, how can we be united physically? Right, so how can we ever be a united front against those who want evil, against those who try to divide us, against those who attack us? We have to unite in our hearts, and we have to unite physically. So basically, this point, if you think about it, this point is about unity. It is about harmony. It is about cooperation. It is about respecting our differences. It is about understanding our differences. Unity does not mean we all need to be the same. Unity does not mean uniformity, right? You can be united and still have differences. And this point also makes us aware of our priorities. Where are our priorities as students and as teachers? So this is what I had to add to what the Shaykh wrote here. Please take some time to pause and reflect about this, to ponder about this, and see if you perhaps need to correct your intention, because it is clear from this point that we really need to think about more about this point. How can we unite our hearts, and how can we unite and act as one body? Once again, we ask Allah to reunite our hearts and to make this bond between the believers firm and strong and unbreakable. And we ask Allah to help us in this and to assist us so we can cooperate and overcome the problems we are facing, the sectarian divides, the sectarian attitudes of people. If you found this beneficial, please give me a like. Jazakum Allahu khaira for your attention, for your time. And I will see you in our last class on this book, where we will discuss point number 21. And this will most probably be, or is most probably going to be, the longest video I will record, because the text of point 21 is quite long. Once again, جزاكم الله خيرا. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك. أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت. نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته.